Reuter. It's late, but it's Tuesday and it's Twitter Tuesday, and wanted to hop on here tonight and give you guys some tips. So welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I hope y'all are having a great night, and I would love to know who you are and what your first name is. Share with me your name, who you are, and where you're scoping from tonight. And we're gonna dive into three tips tonight to leverage Twitter. So welcome. My name's Tracy Reuter. I'm coming to you. Hey, Lori Willis from New Mexico, Amanda from Indiana. Woo woo! Amanda, I gotta talk to you about my one of my necklaces, my origami owl necklace. Lisa from Phoenix, Prescott, Arizona, Arlene, Rachel from Denver-ish, Sherry, Ontario. Awesome, yeah. Okay, cool, right on, you guys. Good morning, Randy from Germany. Aaron from the ATL, you guys are awesome. You guys, my girl Cindy from Chicago. I love it when people I know get on here. It's so awesome. So you guys, hi Autumn, welcome. So as people are joining, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Tracy Reuter. If you've never been with me before, I am one half of the Social Media Marketing Happy Hour, and we host a top-rated podcast on iTunes and Stitcher, and we've been rated the #1 value-packed podcast for marketers by Entrepreneur.com. Welcome, Christy, working late. Glad you could be here. We're going to add some value to you tonight, so I'm so glad you guys are here. We're going to talk about some Twitter tips. Twitter has been our #1 source of free traffic. I love Twitter. Like, I've been on Twitter for 7 years. Thank you, Arlene. You are so awesome. We got a new episode coming out tomorrow, so make sure if you haven't subscribed to the podcast that you do. We've got a new episode comes out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The one we just did yesterday talked about Periscope, so you're going to hear a little bit more about that on the show because I might be addicted. So good evening. Oh, I'm so glad you subscribed. Thank you. Cool. We got some Twitteraholics. Oh, Sherry, you're halfway through our course. Our course is awesome, and I'm telling you guys, I went 7 years. I just celebrated my 7th year on Twitter. July the 3rd was 7 years, and for the first 6 years I was completely confused, and so we've really had just incredible results. In fact, I was just looking today. I should pull up our statistics because it's crazy the results that we have, like the reach and everything. But before I get too far, let me do something real quick. Earlier today, Lori Willis, you are not going to be Twitter challenged. We're going to help you. We're going to get you there. So earlier today, I did a scope and we ran a contest. Okay. We ran a contest. Oh, Shop Spirit Love, that is so great. Rachel's not through the course, but she's already seeing results. That makes my heart so happy. So earlier today, we ran a contest. So there's a little saying that my favorite saying is, America may run on Duncan, but I run on hearts. And so what I'm doing is on each scope, I'm gonna do a giveaway for whoever gives me the most hearts. So tap that screen. On the next scope, I'm gonna give you a shout out and I'm gonna follow you. And so I'm gonna do that right now. And I want to give a kitty high five. Woo woo! I'm gonna give a shout out from our last scope to Brandy, I hope I say this right, Brandy Barajas, B-A-R-A. So guys, Brandy's amazing. She's so encouraging. She's part of our hashtag Game Changers group, and I want to encourage you guys to follow Brandy. I don't know if she's here tonight. It's kind of late, but she'll probably see this on the replay and be like, "No way!" So I'm going to do the same thing. Every scope is we're gonna call out the people who are giving the love and give them some recognition. Share their profile just like this. And if you want to be that person, then tap the screen. So cool. So again, we're going to talk tonight about a couple of tips to really help you leverage Twitter for Twitter Tuesday. Before I do that, if you guys have not joined the Game Changers, thank you, Cindy. Thank you for sharing that. It's so great to hear people get results from our course. This is our group, the hashtag, it's the Marketing Game Changers. You join it by going to happyhourhangouts.com/FB group. And we have some exclusive content over there, you guys. We have a brand new ebook that we just released yesterday. It's the only place that you can get it. And so definitely join and take advantage of getting that ebook. It's the 7 hacks to be getting leads for your business every single day. So all right, are you guys ready? Are you ready to, I'm going to cover 3 things tonight, 3 tips to really help you with Twitter, okay? So if you guys are ready to raise your Twitter game, give me a little whoop whoop in the comments. Let's get some engagement going. It's late. We had dinner with friends tonight, and so I just am like, I can't not scope. I gotta get on with my peeps tonight. So good. Love. Thanks, Monique. Monique, it's so good to see you. It's so good to have you around. And Amanda's one of the Perry girls. So hashtag Perry girls. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, after Chloe is here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You guys are so good. So excited. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So here's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to give you 3 tips tonight. So, okay, do whatever. Sí, por favor. You guys are hilarious. Bear, you haven't asked me in like 24 hours for your $2, so I don't know what you're waiting for. All right, so here's the deal. So number 1, your first name is Sky. I love that. What a beautiful name. Mandela Sky Style. I love that. That's so, so cool. All right, so number 1 is you want to make sure when you're using Twitter that just like on any social media platform that your tweets add value, all right? You have 140 characters, and I recommend trying to keep your tweets around 100, not using all of it because you want to leave space for retweets. So you want to try to pack as much value as possible in that 100 or so characters, all right? It can be a little challenging at first, but it's super, super important to be really thinking about how can I add value, all right? So that's tip number 1 and that should kind of be your MO in all of social media. You should always be thinking, like one of the ways I wake up every day is I think, how can I leave the people that I interact with better than they were before? So before I get on the scope, that's my prayer. Like, how can I be a blessing? And how can you walk away from this time that you took? Some of you are up working late and you're going to take a few minutes to hang out with me. Oh man, guys, my battery is low, so I'm going to have to talk fast. So always think about adding value, okay, in every platform. So number 2, I hate having a low battery. Number 2, and this is probably my number 1 tip, okay? This is for sure my number 1 tip when you're using Twitter. Most people don't do this, and if you start implementing this, it's going to change your business. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. Tip number 2 is when you're sharing content on Twitter, okay? Twitter's all about sharing content, right? You could share quotes, you could share pictures, but it's really about sharing content. What you want to do is you want to create multiple tweets for every piece of content that you have. So if you write a blog post or you do a video or maybe you have a great image, what you want to do is get in the habit of creating multiple tweets for each piece of content. So for example, if you're going to take your scope and you were going to repurpose it, okay, you would, instead of just using one tweet to do it, you would write multiple versions, okay? So I might use my title here, but then I might repackage it and say the same thing, like 3 Twitter tips to get you more traffic, right? It's totally different than this thing, right? So I'm glad you like that, Sky. I love you guys. I'm glad you guys like this, right? And welcome to those of you that are just joining. My name is Tracy Reuter. I'm one half of the Social Media Marketing Happy Hour. I'm outside of Denver, Colorado. It's 20 to 11 at night, and we're talking tonight about Twitter tips for Twitter Tuesday. So this is cool. And don't forget, you guys, America runs on Duncan, Tracy runs on Hearts. So make sure you do this. Yeah, okay, Monique, you've tried that and you've seen success. This is tremendous because a lot of people get really caught up in the fact that, like, what am I going to tweet? I can't tweet that often, okay? Like, we tweet probably every 15 minutes. I should really pull up our stats while we're talking because it was really, really fascinating. So you run out of ideas. Like, I only have so much content to share. Well, super awesome question, Arlene. How do you keep track of them? So one of the things that I do is I actually create a spreadsheet for all of my content. So I have all of, whether it's a blog post or a video or a podcast. Like, my gosh, we just recorded episode 320. So we have so many podcast episodes, so many that you can get great tips and training in. And so I use a Google Doc, right? Google Doc, and then you just track it all. I'm going to tell you something. If you've never done this and you have a ton of content, it's a lot of work. I won't kid you. But if you develop the habit and you start now, edit them into chunks. So I use one master spreadsheet for everything. I've got blogs, I've got video, I've got podcasts, I've got all of it in one place. And then what I do is I sit down and I just real quick, and I'm going to tell you something. The more you do this, the better content writing you're going to do. You're going to learn to write headlines. If you struggle with good titles for your Periscopes, if you do this one thing on Twitter, you're going to start writing killer Periscope titles. Killer, right? And it's huge. It's huge. So that's kind of how I do that. So you definitely want to repurpose that content. So here's the cool thing. Let's say you write 5 tweets for every blog post that you have. Now you have, instead of 1 tweet per piece of content, you now have 5. You just 5x'd all of your stuff. Can I show you an example of a spreadsheet? Do I have it open tonight? I don't have one open tonight. Let's see if I can find one real quick, and then I'd be happy to share with you. But I just basically, I don't have one open. We'll have to do that another time. I definitely show it. I've showed it before. Okay, I've showed it before. Now the next thing is the last tip I want to share with you tonight And this is really, really important. If you really want to get engagement with your Twitter, then this is something that you want to do. And it's the concept of selling your links. Okay, selling your links. So I'm gonna see if I can pull up that spreadsheet just the same while we're doing this. So you want to sell your link. Okay, it's all about getting people to take action and click the link, because you want to drive traffic to your blog post, to your video, whatever the case may be. And so you have to be thinking, because sometimes what people will do is they'll just tweet the blog, like the post title or the video title, and they're not really getting people to engage. Okay, and so if you want to have crazy awesome engagement, so guys, take a look at this. The stats for one of our accounts. This is how many times, 189,000 times our tweets were seen. Okay, 189,000. I have had 5,502 profile visits and been mentioned 208 times, and that's in just in the last 28 days. And so we on average we grow by about 1,500 a month. Okay, so this is for real, right? But take a look at this. So my numbers are down over here, but I've tweeted 2,894 times in 28 days. So do the math. A lot. And the reason we do that is because of this whole concept of repurposing content. And let me just show you here really quick. Here's an example. I'm going to turn my screen around. Like my battery's running super low. So here's an example of having, if you guys love this stuff, keep those hearts coming, okay? Keep them coming. So here's an example of a blog post, okay? Not a blog post, a podcast, okay? And then these are multiple tweets, okay? So know where you're starting from in the new year, hashtag success, hashtag mompreneur, hashtag work at home, the link, okay? And then here's the next one. What targets should you be setting for 2015? And then your 2015 success depends on setting the right targets. So I'm basically come on, baby. I'm just taking the same information, and if you look at some of like the top magazines and the top kind of stuff, you know, some of these big publication houses, they have to come up with 20 to 30 headlines per blog post before they get the winning one. And so a lot of us, what we do is we just write a blog post and we just slap up a headline, and we don't really get good at it. This is going to get you really, really good at this stuff. Really good. So hashtag strategy, I don't have time for that tonight, only because my battery's going to die. So normally I would tell you, but my battery's going to die, and I really want to cover this last tip, which is sell the link. Okay, so sell the link. You want to get people to click on the link. Okay, you want to get them to click on the link. So it's something like, you know, learn these, you know, successful tips to get more traffic to your business, right? And it's click here. It's that simple, okay? And so you have to get in the habit of using language and directing and guiding people into what you want them to do. All right. So having trouble having trouble losing weight, click here, or this, you know, check out this article with the 5 tips to do it easy. Like, I'm just doing it fast here. But you have to be thinking to yourself, I need to sell the link. Okay, so I hope you guys are following me with this one. This is really, really important. It's taking your 100 characters, 120 characters, whatever it is. I always use a link shortener. There's an extra tip, okay? There's an extra tip. I always shorten the link, and I use link shorteners I can track, because I want to be able to see like what links are what articles are performing better. And then that way you use less characters, but the whole rest of the tweet should be about getting them to click that link. Okay, it's absolutely huge. And yeah, you know what? One of the things you can do if you really want to know more about Twitter is you can download our Twitter hacks. Okay, yeah, you can use Bitly. Don't you love autocorrect? Butly. Bitly. You can use Google.goo.gl. So new blog post isn't a good strategy. It's really not. It's really not, because you wanna redo that over and over again, right? So when you're writing content, you know, it's like you might do one tweet that says, "Hey, new blog, new thing." Like I'll put out tomorrow morning when the podcast comes out, I'll put an image in Instagram and it'll say new episode alert. But when I put it into Twitter, I don't use that, because I'm going to take that same tweet and I'm going to use it over and over and over again. And so 6 months from now, it's not a new blog post anymore. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. So if you want to know more and you want to get hacks, you can go to happyhourhangouts.com/Twitter hacks. Get our free 26, is it 26? I think it's 26. Yeah. So 26 Twitter hacks. Great course. It's really fantastic, but you can get a ton of stuff just for free by watching these scopes. So yeah, cool. All right, so I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. My phone's gonna die. I love you guys. This is so cool. I just wanted to get on and give you some value tonight because it's Twitter Tuesday and I love Twitter and I want you guys to get crazy, awesome traffic from Twitter. So tell me what you got. I'll take one, maybe two questions. My battery keeps flashing up at me that my battery is low. Never do a scope with a low battery unless you want to do a really quick one. Awesome. So hashtag strategy, really, it all goes around. The your perfect client. Okay. So happyhourhangouts.com/Twitter hacks. happyhourhangouts.com/Twitter hacks. You're welcome, Autumn. It was late. I'm tired tonight, but I had to come on and just share. I was thinking earlier today I wanted to do this, but we ran out of time. But just amazing that you guys would come on here. You're very welcome. You're welcome, you guys. Yeah, you know what? This is Twitter's huge. I'm telling you guys, it is the platform. And here, this might shock you. Okay, I use Twitter. I spend probably 5 minutes a day on Twitter, and I get more free traffic and leads for our business than any other platform. You rock, Amanda. You guys are totally welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you're just getting on Twitter, Ebony, this is a great time to learn this stuff now. I spent 6 years completely confused and not really understanding how Twitter was even relevant to my world. And I have decided to master it and to learn it as much as I can. And with all of our stuff, so what if only who did 3,000 hearts? You got it. You know what? 500. You got to get in. You got to get out. You got to get in. You got to get out. So I know you don't want to miss anything, Bear. Right? You're hanging on my every word. So you guys are amazing. I love you all so much. I just want to encourage you to just dive into Twitter, use it more, especially if you're going to use Periscope, because the more you use this stuff, right? The more you use this stuff, the better you're going to get more people following you. So you don't use it much. You're green. Ideas on getting followers. Okay, is there a difference? Okay, so ideas in getting followers. And there is no difference between a personal or a fan page on Twitter. Twitter's not like Facebook. You have your page. So you can have, like I have a Tracy Reuter page. Okay, I have, let me pull my little thing here. Sorry, you guys. I have an @Tracy Reuter and an @SMM Happy Hour. Okay, I manage one other one. So the only reason I have a separate one for Happy Hour is because it's a brand. It's our actual company. Okay. Now tips to get followers. There's going to be some of that in the Twitter hacks. I definitely encourage you to understand who your ideal customer is and start doing some research. We'll talk about that on another scope because Twitter is actually one of the best platforms to do research about what your potential prospects are talking about. It's really, really good. Really good stuff. So you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up before the phone shuts off and I can't end this properly. So I just want to encourage you one more time to join our Facebook group. It's happyhourhangouts.com/FB group. Join our, okay. Sonia, I am not scoping on a schedule. I kind of scope based on when I have time. I'm moving in like a few days, and so my life is crazy. So I try to get on here a couple times a day. So yeah, so just make sure you subscribe to us, okay? Have a great night, you guys. My name is Tracy Reuter on behalf of Social Media Marketing Happy Hour and my partner Don Mars Ortiz. The best is yet to come. You guys are amazing. I will be back here tomorrow. Have an incredible night, and I'll see you next time.